So first, I'm going to talk about how do you actually learn what to say in everyday conversations. Second, I'm going to talk about the application that I use that's free, that's made for learning to speak, that's full of people who want to speak Hebrew, and that I've met so many friends using. And lastly, I'm going to talk about another tip of how you can get practicing talking to people in real life.
Hi, future Leah jumping in here real quick to say two things. One, sorry for the bad sound quality and the video quality. I am getting a mic and a light so that it will be better in the future, I promise. And the second thing is that nothing is sponsored in this video. I know I talk with a lot of passion about these apps. It's because I genuinely found them helpful. No gatekeeping, just want to share.
היום אנחנו נדבר על איך להתחיל לדבר עם אנשים בעברית ולהשתפר ולדבר ככה במהירות, לא כזה לאט לאט ולחשוב כל כך על מה שאנחנו רוצים להגיד. טיפ מספר 1, first tip, how do you know what you're gonna say? Use an app called the Glossika because it teaches you to tell the story of your life and what's going on, what you're doing, what you're up to, what's in repairs, what's wrong, what's good. So Glossika is a really, really good app. It does cost money, but it's about $17 a month. I so highly recommend it. It taught me so much of this daily Hebrew that you're not going to get from watching Hebrew television because it's like a telenovela. What are you going to learn in Spanish from a telenovela besides for por qué, no? You know, it's like, it's dramatized. And sometimes they use phrases that people don't actually use in real life. Or sometimes it's going to take you a really long time to really have a chance to learn these words, but Glossika is going to help so much. This app brought my Hebrew up so much, and I used what I learned there in so many real life situations. It's insane, so helpful, and I cannot recommend it enough. The next tip that I have is to learn the 625 most used words in the language. I will link the list down below. They make up 70% of conversation, so you'll be able to understand and speak so much, so fast. And this starting to speak after learning these words is what's going to give you the big leaps in improvement. This took my Hebrew from barely fluent to I can speak it to anybody and have conversations, and I'm still really slow, but again, that goes away with time. If you want me to send you flashcards that are translated Hebrew and English and have an Israeli saying the word with the correct accent, leave a comment down below. Mid to end December, I'm hoping I got you. The second part of the second tip is to translate the most common phrases that you say. For example, when I started speaking Hebrew, I wanted to say, me and my sister went to the grocery because we used to go to the grocery together all the time, once a week or twice a week. So I would be saying it a lot. You know, what did you do today? I went to the grocery with my sister. So I translated that sentence and I figured out how to say it. And then every time I would practice, it would get cemented into my head because I was able to say it. So the things that you do often, the things related to your work, the things related to your life, your hobbies, your family, learn those as sentences, as phrases, and then put it into the conversation. Practice them and use them. Okay, third tip is the most helpful tip I've ever found. I literally swear by this app. It's called HelloTalk. You can send messages, you can send voice messages, you can call, and it's completely free. When you send voice messages or when you receive voice messages, you can click on a button that will automatically translate what the person said. So it will show it in the original language. So let's say an Israeli sends me a voice note. I can click show me in Hebrew and I can read the Hebrew. I can click show me transliteration and I can read the English of the Hebrew. And I can click show me translation and I can see what he was saying if I didn't understand. Incredible. So send voice notes on this app. In the beginning, I started out with voice notes, and from there, plan phone calls with people. People are really cool on this app. Of course, there's some weirdos, but I've made so many friends from this app. Two of the coolest people I know in Israel I met through this app, and both of them are still really good friends of mine. I will also say one thing about HelloTalk. You're going to learn a lot about the culture too, because Israelis always want to talk about the news, what's going on, politics, ask your opinion on things, and they're going to want to share with you. Like I get a lot of my news or at the time, I got a lot of my news direct from the Israelis. And you also hear all of the different opinions of the country because they are all very opinionated and all have solid differing opinions. So you're going to be able to start seeing the way the Israeli system works and the opinions on the left, the opinions on the right, and understanding the complex ecosystem and the complex realities there, which gave me a way deeper understanding of Israel than anything that I understood before this. And it's only because I was able to speak to actual people instead of reading a news article or watching something on TV or on Instagram. So I learned so much about on the news, like so many things that it wasn't on the news in America. It just wasn't on the news. And I was able to stay in the loop of what's going on in this country I love so much and stay in the loop of the culture so that when I do meet Israelis, we can talk about, whoa, well, this happened and, what did that do for you? And I can talk to them about relevant issues. So it's also really, really helpful for that. It's so exciting because then you can connect with more people and you can really feel like you belong and like you're in. Because once you start learning the language, that's what happens. You start to become part of the group. And even more so, they appreciate and respect you because it's really nice when someone takes the time and effort to learn about your language and your culture. Same for someone who's learning about English or really likes America or really likes New York. So it's really a really helpful tool for not just starting to speak, but also starting to become integrated into the culture and start feeling like you belong and start feeling like you learning a lot about the culture. Just after sending a little bit of voice notes and getting used to the system, start scheduling phone calls. I did about one phone call a week, and then when I really was wanting to practice, I was going to Israel soon. I scheduled some more with people, and even just the voice notes helps a lot, honestly. But interact, send messages, send voice notes. You're going to hear a lot of slang. You're going to hear a lot of natural talk because you're speaking with actual Israelis. You're not just listening to YouTube videos. The way it works is that you match with people who want to learn your language and you guys help each other out. So you can match with Israelis who want to learn English and they'll match with you who wants to learn Hebrew. I literally swear by this app because it's so good. It's so helpful. Like, it helped me so much. I met such cool people. You get to practice speaking. And listen, in the beginning, it's gonna be a little slow. You're gonna have to think of what you want to say. You're gonna be lost. But they're here to help you and they're gonna help you and they're gonna help offer some words or tell you what you said is wrong or um, give you another option for how to say that. And they'll teach you the word that you want to say in that moment. So it's such a natural way to learn and it's so helpful. And you make friends along the way and it's free. Like, does it get better than that? I have a friend right now who's doing research in Israel and she is from America, but she just moved to Israel to do the research at the university there. And she practiced speaking her Hebrew and got to a good level thanks to this app as well. Finally, my last tip. I don't swear by this because it really depends on where you live, if you're gonna find value in this or not, but it's to go to language exchange events. I went to some in Israel actually, and I had such a good time, made so many friends, and just hung out and practiced speaking and met other people who are passionate about learning languages and learning the languages I want to learn. And then when I came back to New York, I went to a language exchange event and I really didn't love it. People didn't want to speak the language. Everyone was just speaking English the whole time. So it wasn't helpful for me. But when I was in Israel, it was really helpful. I spoke with so many people. I learned so many new things, and especially things about the culture. And it was so worth it. So try and see if there's a language exchange event near you and they're offering Hebrew. And then obviously you go and help out with English or whatever languages you speak. And give it a shot, you never know, it could be really valuable. טוב, קודם כל תודה רבה שציפיתם היום, המון תודה, אני מאוד מאוד אוהבת אתכם ומעריכה אתכם הרבה. דבר שני, אם יש להם רעיונות או משהו ספציפי שאתם רוצים בסרטון שאני אעשה, אשמח, באמת אני אשמח לעזור, אז תכתבו לי בתגובות, ובקיצור, זהו, יאללה, נתראה בסרטון הבא, see you in the next video, same time, same place. Bye!